Hi everyone, it's Raleigh, and today I'm doing my weekly planning in my Hobonichi Cousin. This is a look at how last week turned out. Once it was done, it's Sunday now. That was my second week of vacation. I was able to do a little getaway. My dad came home from the hospital, which was wonderful. So, on to planning for next week, and I've decided I'm going to use this set. This was from, I think, February 2023 from Coffee Monsterz Co. I have some label bits left over. Reordered the kit a couple times, and these are the Coffee Monsterz Co. kind of washi strip sets that you can get, which I love. I think they're great. So when I was thinking of what to use this week, I decided to use this one. It's got kind of a chocolate and coffee theme. So yeah, I thought I'd go with this one. I'm going to start out by separating out the weekend and the front section. And I'm a little bit nervous about the coming week after being off for a couple weeks. I really do enjoy my job and my colleagues and my clients, but I'm a bit of an anxious person naturally, so it's the idea of, what am I going to be facing when I'm back? Also, I'm only back for 3 weeks and then I'm off for the Christmas holidays, which is great, but suddenly I know it's going to be a very busy few weeks at work, so. And so with that in mind, I'm thinking I'm going to keep this planning fairly light. My goal is really going to be, I don't want to put too much pressure on myself. I just want to focus a lot on work, and then seeing my dad as well. He's back home, which is wonderful, but there's still some recovery to be done, so I want to be there to support them as well. So these are the strips I'm going to use. Hi, Ren. I'm going to be using. But maybe I'll start by putting the numbers down first. I like the look of these, so I'll just go ahead and get these down to get started with some help from Ren. And now it's on to get some color on here with the washi strips. So I think I'm going to start with the pink up top. And the length of these is great because they cover basically 5 days worth of spaces if you're using a cousin. So I think this will work out well. Such a pretty pink. Turn this off. So this week I think I'm going to do some tracking. I do some tracking regularly at the front of my cousin. I track things in that section. I forget what it's called, but it's basically each month there's a day for each month. And so I have a couple things I track there, and occasionally during my planning I'll track 1 or 2 things, but it's been a while since I've done more tracking. So I think I want to do that, in part because I can put things in there just to sort of remind me of things that I want to be focusing on. And then I'll have a couple other smaller lists as well. Some things I'll try and get done, but again, I'm not going to put too much pressure on myself this week, especially. All right, let's use this. I like this actually, the diagonal stripe. And so I don't think I need a ton of space up top because really outside of work, I might do 1 or 2 things each day, but I'm not going to be doing a ton of stuff. And I've been looking forward to doing this. My vacation wasn't what I'd hoped or expected, but the last half of it, and especially the last few days, was good. And so getting my dad home, and then this weekend I've been able to do housekeeping and laundry, and so kind of get my place back to, so I'll be having a good sort of fresh start for the week. I haven't, over the last couple weeks gotten as many home projects done or other things done. I did, do a few things, made some appointments and that, but trying to give myself some grace. It was still nice to have the time off, and ultimately it was good that I had the time off because I don't know how I would have managed to work and kind of get through the rest of it as well. So, but hopefully we'll get back to a little more normal this week. So I've decided to use this thicker. There's 2 thicker washi strips, so I think I'm going to use this one. I really like it. It's really pretty. There's another one that's floral, but I think I'll use bits of it elsewhere. All right, so that is looking pretty good. Oh, and you know what? I like this little thin one with the hearts. So maybe I'll use that too. And maybe I'll use that to block off a section here. I usually put in the left, I'll often just put words or a phrase. Not sure if I'll, think of what that will be for this week, but we'll leave some space for it. Let's put this up. Yeah, I really like these little washi sheets. I think they're great. They're enough to do kind of like I'm doing, like planning for a week, or I also actually use them a lot in my daily too. Cut that down. And we'll use this other little piece up here for the weekend. I don't think I'll be putting a lot in the weekend. I kind of want to see how the first couple days of this week go. And then I'll see how ambitious I am or how much I want to do some planning. And just debating if I want to, I think I'm going to leave that there. So just trim this, and oh my goodness, I can't believe next Sunday is already December 1st. Oh, this year has just been flying by. It's some of the things, one list I am going to do is for planning and lists, and I have to kind of revisit my holiday gift list to kind of catch up on what I've got and what I've got to get. One thing that's nice though is, so our office is closed, but I'm actually taking the week before that off as well, which will be nice because then over the next few weeks, I don't have to feel the pressure of, having to make sure I get all my Christmas shopping done and all that. So if I, don't have a chance, it's nice to know I'll have the week before the holidays just to myself so I can catch up on things if I need to. It's nice to take a bit of the pressure off. Okay, so this is looking pretty good. Oh, something I do want to do is I should probably, since I'm going back to work, put a work sticker up top. Just trying to see if I can find, there we go. I think this color goes fairly well. So we'll use that. And then I have arrow stickers, but I think I'm just going to draw this in. And here. The other thing I haven't done in many weeks is go for walks on my local trail. It's one of my favorite things to do. And for about 2 months, I was doing really well, going several times a week. It just makes me feel better physically and mentally. But about a month and a bit ago, I got sick, and it lingered for a while. And then that led right into my vacation. I was even still sick a little bit. And then I somehow caught a bit more of a cold during the early part of my vacation. So I haven't been able to be out, but I'm hoping this week. It certainly is cooler now, but I'm happy to bundle up. So that's actually going to be something else I'm going to try to make a priority this week too. All right, so now I really have to settle on, my payday sticker. So I do have to settle on what I'm going to do in the bottom. So I think I am going to go with the tracking on the left, and then maybe on the right side, just do a couple of smaller lists. Yeah, I think that's the way I'll go. And the tracking is good, and it's partially to track, but also, again, partially just to kind of prompt me about things to keep top of mind, which I think I may need this week. So let's see. Now the fun part, counting out columns. Let me see if I can get this down. We're back. I had to step away for a moment, but I did get my lines down, and I decided to use the other thicker washi just along the top there. I actually made a bit of a boo-boo. I was just going to do it in marker with, but yeah, I made a mistake. So I decided to use the washi, which I actually think looks pretty good. And I think what I'm going to do is, I think I'm going to use a color to run across to kind of separate each of the things I'll be tracking. And I like this color. It's like a beigey, like a warmy beige. So I think if I'm just going to run these across and use that. Oh yeah, I really like this color. It's one of my favorites. And I have been continuing to watch a lot of videos lately as well, as people are setting up their planners for next year. And I just find it fascinating and entertaining to watch. Something I've been seeing a lot is, and well, kind of watching more is bullet journals, which I find very interesting. And I don't know, that might be something that I might try in the new year. If you've done it, leave a comment and let me know kind of what you think of it. But I was happy to get my traveler's notebook set up. That was great. I got them all set up for next year. I've kind of simplified my system, but it's something that works for me. I've been lucky. I used a traveler's notebook for years, and I used a kind of a and it had a kind of weekly planner in it and a few other things. And then in 2023 was when I started using the Cousin, and this combo really works for me. So I'm going to be continuing on with it. But it's always interesting to see what other people do as well. I think the key is just finding a system that works for you and being adaptable. Things are always a bit fluid, but it's interesting because I tend to kind of settle in. Each year there might be 2 or 3 new things I try or different things, and then I kind of settle. So my base of what works for me is growing, which is great. So I just put down a couple other pieces of that washi. I'll use those as sort of headers. And yeah, it's just time to start filling this thing in. So let me get this all in, and then I'll come back and show you what it looks like. Here we are. So I made my list of items I'm going to track, and then I'm just filling in my list of things that I'd like to do this week without too much pressure. So I just made a couple categories: home and planning and lists. I made that a category because I mean, my regular planning I need to do, but I also want to think about what I need to get done before year end. And I think this is a week where I'll have time to kind of think about things. I don't know how much I'll actually do things. So I thought having myself write some lists at least helps get things organized in my head, which calms me as well. So yeah, so this is the setup for this week. I know it's pretty minimal. I had debated putting more in for the weekend or another list, but really I think, you know, as I'm going back to work this week, I just kind of want to, I think this is good. I think this is enough that it will, this kind of amount of content will serve me well. And I'm just sticking a couple other little stickers on some of these spots. I got some really cute chocolate and coffee stickers I'll add in. But yeah, I think that will be about it for this week. That's one of the things I like about the Cousin as well, is each week I kind of think about what's going to be happening and what's going on in my life and how I'm feeling, and I can kind of adapt it to suit. So I think this will suit for this week. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you soon. Bye.